home place. And this video is just gonna go over how things are going and what we're thinking and how we're liking the change. This is the 2-year-old barn. We got first lactation cows mainly in here, and then we have fresh cows that have just calved. We'll throw them in here because they're nice and close. The holding pen and the parlor are right here, so they don't have to travel too far. Better, less moving for fresh cows. It's good for them. I just pushed up feed now. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. The cows seem to respond really well to that. Just our goal is whenever we're over here is to keep the feed in front of them, and that drives up feed intakes, and that'll get more of them up to the bunk, and they'll drink more water, make more milk. And the last few weeks now, end of June, it's gotten warmer again. So we've got sprinkler lines running over the feed, over the headlocks, spraying on the cows. As you can see, some of them, their backs are wet. So I don't know what interval it's on right now, but the cows should soon probably be getting sprayed. They have learned to like it a lot. They're enjoying it. Right away they're a little scared, but they never had water sprayed on them before. They've gotten rained on, but they've never been sprayed. Sometimes it does blow onto the feed, so we're cleaning up the feed almost every day before we dump fresh stuff, usually in the afternoon. And we've freshened a lot of peppers over here so far. Out of this line of cows eating, we've probably freshened half of them over here. So I'm guessing of the 2-year-olds in this barn, I think we're pushing close to mid 50s in here. We probably freshened 20. I'd have to look, but they're doing well. They're adjusting and laying in the free stalls in the first 24 hours, which is pretty exciting. So here's our skid loader we bought brand new, New Holland L320. For the most part, it's a nice machine. Should be weighted up a little bit more when we put sand in. That's not a very thrilling job, but it gets a lot of use. In about 12 weeks, we've put 280 hours on this thing already, so we'll push 3,000 hours on this thing, or not 3,000, 1,000 hours on this thing in a year. We got the sprinklers running now, so a few of them are backing out, but they're gonna dive back in soon. It's not quite super hot today. Super hot today, but it doesn't seem to faze them too much. It's good to keep that loose hair off them and help them shed that winter coat a little quicker, because a few of them still have their winter coats. All right, so moving from our 2-year-old barn, we're coming a little ways up the hill now, and this is where we have our mature cows and our bigger cows. We do have one first lactation cow in here, but she's really big. We put second plus lactation cows up here, and they really like it up here. Air movement's really good. Fans blowing, nice open sided walls, and yeah. In time, we've got our best cow here, in my opinion. This is Viking Valley Daredevil Ghoulie. She is our cow that is in the top 20 udder composite and type of the breed, and she's taking a drink now. I'm going to get her walking away so you can get a nice close-up of her udder. Got a Giovanni heifer calf that was born I think this would be the cow that we would take to the fair, take to a show, but we're not showing, so just an awesome cow to have in the barn, and she's milking close to 100 pounds a day, and it's been at that since December, so they're a little curious now. And same thing up here, this freestall barn is 3 rows of stalls and a lot of headlocks. This barn's actually a little bit bigger, a few more stalls, but this barn has a nice higher ceiling to it, and it fits good that we've got more cows up here for the mature cows, as more of the majority of your herd will be second plus lactation cows. And some of these have calved over here, so like her, they're all fresh that's moving over here, and they're doing really, really good. For the most part, all of our cows have adjusted to freestalls except for a couple, but it doesn't seem to bother them too much to lay half in the stall, half out. And they're just curious beings. If you know brown Swiss, they like people. Any time that you're around, they're gonna come follow you around. And moving up here, this is the corral system. We swing all these gates. When we want to move dry cows, either moving dry cows from down there to up here in this pole shed, or once we're moving dry cows down, we can just swing these gates, and this works really well. If we want to, we can sort cows with one person. It's really, really easy. We're never really able to sort dry cows at home with one person before, and this makes it really, really simple. Up here, this is where the cows take their 7-week vacation. We've got a few cows ready to pop any day now. Probably 4 that are due soon. We've been bedding with corn stalks, a bale of corn stalks about every other day, and a hay bale, a grass hay bale, as needed. They look really comfortable. And everything up here, actually our production's gone up with some of our later stage lactation cows. So we had a few cows that we dried off a few weeks ago that actually jumped about 30 pounds of milk over here since we moved, and we were worried about them drying off, but they seem to be doing good. And we also have a couple bred heifers in here still. We'll bring them over about a month and a half before they calve. Get them adjusted. This cow here walking up is Tia. I think she is about to have her 7th calf. We dried her off last week, and she's a big girl, but she's a good cow. Produced some good animals for us. I believe she'll be about 8 years old. She's not already 8 years old. Seems to calve in really well every time and breeds back right away. So those are the type of cows you want around. And then up here in this nice open gravel area is where the gravel bag pad is. We made a first crop 300-foot haylage bag up here. That was really, really awesome. Nice crushed limestone gravel, and actually hopefully tomorrow, if this rain doesn't come in too hard, we'll be starting our second crop bag right down there at the end of where our first crop bag was. And we're just gonna keep making bags over here, and we probably have room for 5 or 6 300 footers over here. So we'll have that. We'll have high moisture corn over here, and we'll have corn silage bags. And we will also be filling the bunker over there with corn silage too. And to bed the freestalls, we've been using crushed limestone, bluff sand. This stuff is incredible. Look how nice and clean this stuff is. This is left over from the pile that I used at the beginning of the week, and it did get rained on. But we'll walk up closer here. Cows seem to really like the sand. They lay in it really comfortably, and the stalls stay fairly clean. We just got to scrape them out twice a day when we take them out to milk any cow pies or anything. And I've been putting sand in every 10 to 14 days as needed, and order between 4 or 5 dump truck loads at a time, depending on how much I use, and usually there's a little bit of carryover for the next time I put sand in. And Alright, so in here's the utility room. Right now I've got a load of microfiber towels in the wash. They're from this morning's milking, and we've got soap from Bomatic that we're using just a little bit. That's been nice to have a 15-gallon drum of laundry soap. Got the dryer right there. At home we used to use these are the Torque dairy towels. We would go through a ton of these at home just to keep teats clean. We still have them around. I need them for breeding cows to clean off the back end of a cow before I go in and do what I need to do there. And it's good to have in the milk house for the milk hauler. And what's been nice about this is we've got an automatic chemical dispensing system for our wash system. So it'll pull out of these drums. We've got soap, acid, and sanitizer. Here's my breeding sleeves. We've got semen tanks right down here. And we've got a water tank there that's for our high pressure water lines in the parlor. And then this is kind of our vet cabinet. Keeps some vet supplies in here for treating cows. And then here's the milk house. I believe this is a 2,000-gallon bulk tank. Right now we're on every other day pickup, so we're saving a little bit of money right now on the hauling costs because they don't have to come every day. I imagine at some point we will be back to everyday pickup when we're maxed out over here and our production keeps climbing the way it's been. And that's been working good. Milk's cooling really well with 2 compressors, no plate cooler. Then taking a walk through the parlor. It's nice and lit up. Got some flies in here that I'll need to spray this down when I leave. But we've got our iodine barrier 112 post dip barrel there that we put on the cows when they're done. And then we've got our 55-gallon drum of hydrogen peroxide pre-dip, foaming pre-dip to clean and sterilize the cows. But here, this is what I really like. So I got my hand dirty, which they're clean now. It takes a little bit to get some dip going here. But imagine my fingers and teeth, and I just got it stripped out. The microfiber towels are really, really good at getting the teeth nice and dry. Like I can barely feel any tackiness on my finger. The paper towels, you really, really had to wipe for a long, long time. I feel like with the microfiber towels, you can wipe half as long, get the teeth drier, and they're stimulated better. And I think it's really, really good and helps with oxytocin letdown because it's a nice soft material compared to that paper towel. And then, I believe it's saving us a lot of money as far as using just a little bit of soap every day to run 2 loads of laundry, and also versus buying a package of those paper towels, big box we'd blow through in a week. So that's not very cheap. This is not a parallel parlor. The cows walk in, this is a double A herringbone, and they walk in at an angle like this. I can probably make a milking video this weekend, but 8 on a side, and I don't have the air compressor running right now, but the cows, this is the indexing system. So when we open those garage doors behind us, the cows have the ability to walk in, and as soon as there are 8, I will press this close button, and this gate will swing in, and this rail will kind of come in a few inches to kind of lock them in place and kind of tighten everything up for the index, and that'll prevent the cows from shifting back and forth, which has been a nice adjustment compared to at home in a tie stall. If anyone's milked in a tie stall, they know that the cows have a lot of freedom to move around, and they like to be constrained against something when they're getting milked. So that seems to help a lot. I've learned over here that big cows actually seem to do better in the parlor than the small ones. The small ones still move around a little bit, so the immature 2-year-olds can wiggle around a little bit. It's not necessarily the parlor's fault, they're just too small. They're not mature yet. In 6 months, they'll grow a few inches, get a little wider, and that'll help cow behavior a little bit on the 2-year-old group. And we've got hoses everywhere, wash down, nice drains here. And this is a high pressure hose, works really good. We got high pressure lines on the decks to wash everything down. And yeah, overall, this has been a great transition for us. And I'm really happy that we're able to work with good neighbors to get this done, and we'll have a better idea of how good it's going when every cow at the farm has freshened in over here and is off to the beginning of a lactation in a free stall. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. The channel, in my eyes, has had a lot of success in the last few months, and that's due to you guys watching the videos. It's kept me making the videos, and I don't know, it's just fun to make something, and in the future you can look back on how the farm has changed. And stay tuned for second crop. We'll be starting soon, and we will have maybe me working on getting my spray drone ready for fungicide in a few weeks. I've got some things that I need to get going with that, and I've got more exciting stuff regarding the cows. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Carter.